What's up, guys? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com bringing home the bacon. XFL Week 4 QB rankings. We are back. Much success last week. Big shout out to everyone who cashed with us, everyone who signed up using the promo code. We're going to extend it this week. It's been crazy if you've been following. Last Monday, the 17th, our daughter came 6 weeks early, so she's been in the ICU every day since then, making strides, which is awesome. She's up past 4 pounds now, finally. It sounds like we got moved to a separate wing of the hospital where it's the feed and grow wing, so if she can take a full bottle every 3 hours for 24 hours, it's sounding like she's going to be coming home. So hopefully she does that very, very soon. But I wanted to bring these articles to you, the videos to you as well. Again, anytime there's not a video on here, we most likely have the article on the website, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Check it out. If you have any questions, please email me, FantasyTeamAdvisors@gmail.com. We're going to give the rest of the XFL season for $50. So if you're interested in that, email me, like I just said, FantasyTeamAdvisors@gmail.com with the subject XFL season. We'll get you signed up there, and we'll keep it moving forward. So we are offering PGA, we are offering NASCAR, as well as MLB once that comes around, NBA, NFL, XFL. We've got a lot going on. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will try to answer them. So if this video gets 50 likes, we will give an XFL GPP lineup for FanDuel and DraftKings. So make sure you like that right here. That being said, let's jump right into it. Hopefully you can see it. If you can't, please go check it out. It helps me out if you check out the article, so I see you guys are liking it and I see the views on it as well. So I don't think it's that big of a shock that we've got Phillip Walker at number 1 here. Absolutely love what's going on. So you can see, and you can just like hit the all button. But Phillip Walker going up against Dallas. I love this one. The Houston-Dallas game is only a 1-point spread, with Houston being the favorites. I think it could be very competitive. I think Walker, yet again, will be the highest scoring QB. If I'm using Walker, if you're using Walker, I would 100% put Cam Phillips in there as well. So just looking at Walker, he's getting to face the 6th ranked defense against the QB. Again, there's only 8 teams, so that sounds low, but it's not. Dallas gives up the 3rd highest points there. Just looking at what Walker's been able to do, I mean, last week against Tampa Bay, 42 fantasy points. Week 2 against St. Louis, 23. Week 1, 32. I mean, it's crazy. He already has 10 touchdowns. And we've got all this in our matchup tool. We've got all the stats on there as well. If you've been with us since NFL, we've got that matchup tool. We've got it here. The only problem is I don't have the fantasy points given up per team like the defenses. But yeah, so if you guys have any possible questions, let me know. But I absolutely love Phillip Walker this week against Dallas. Jordan Ta'amu, number 2, going up against Seattle. Now, I know he didn't do a ton last week. Unfortunately, he got 6 fantasy points against New York. Now, that's the problem. New York's terrible, so we were going against them. He only threw the ball 18 times. I mean, he only had 119 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. He did have 3 rushes for 14 yards, so we know he's going to run. But New York is bad, they were bad, and they just ran it on him. This week he's going up against Seattle. That being said, Seattle is 4th against the defense. Ta'amu comes in at 9,500 on DraftKings. Walker comes in at 12,000. So we've got him number 2. Number 3 is Josh Johnson against New York. New York's bad. I mean, Josh Johnson is questionable. I think he's going to ride that questionable tag pretty much all year, it seems. So just kind of looking at this, we've got Johnson's. He had a thigh problem. He was limited at practice on Tuesday. Now, throughout the week, he should be fine. I mean, just looking at his game logs, he's only played weeks 3 and 2. He didn't play week 1. Last week against DC, just dominated it. 18 of 25, 72% completion, 278 yards, 3 touchdowns. Rushing, he had 3 attempts for 6 yards. Had the thigh problem. Didn't have an interception. Didn't have a fumble. 26 fantasy points on DraftKings. Week 2 against Dallas, he had 18 fantasy points and 2 touchdowns. So he's. I don't think he'll be as mobile as you would like because he's got the thigh issue, but he should come out. LA they're not good, but New York's bad, like bad. So I'm looking at that. I've got him number 3. Number 4 is Cardell Jones. People, the problem is I am in some XFL groups on Facebook, and while I understand the XFL is brand new, people love it, people are jumping on it, they are very, very quick to just bash certain teams. I mean, I think it was halftime. I understand what the score was. Oh, you guys about ready to call Cardell Jones not the best QB, he's trash. DC's not the best team. It's like, yeah, it was a game. It's one game, and they're just absolutely nuts. Cardell Jones, last week against LA, 13 for 26, 103 yards, 4 interceptions. That is pretty bad. It's not good. He only had 2 fantasy points, especially at 10,800. They've dropped him down 9,900 on DraftKings. Week 2 against New York, 19 fantasy points. Week 1, 20 fantasy points. Now, he had been benched Sunday. I don't know. I really don't know if Cardell will actually be the starter here. That's something we've kind of got to figure out. But right now I've got him here. Obviously, like I said, if I'm at the hospital, we have internet there. If I see that Cardell is out, I will try to update this. But again, Tampa Bay's the worst team, giving up the most amount of fantasy points to QB. So Cardell could be in store for a huge game. Just got to make sure he is going to start. I haven't seen any news on it yet as of the making of this video, so that is definitely something that we've got to monitor moving forward. Number 5 is Landry Jones against Houston. Houston gives up the second most amount of fantasy points to the QB position. Looking at Landry, he didn't play week 1, but in week 3 he had 20 fantasy points. Week 2 he had 19. I absolutely love Landry Jones here. That is something I'm looking at there. He's a little bit cheaper. He's $100 cheaper on DraftKings than Cardell. Should be a competitive game, hopefully. And looking at that, that's definitely what we're looking for. So, number 5 is Landry Jones. Number 6 is Taylor Cornelius. So, Quentin Flowers left the team, I think, on Monday or Tuesday on personal leave or something. And now he has, the last I saw, he had requested a release. I'm not 100% sure that's, the smartest thing to do when you've got, you're trying, whatever. But that brings in Cornelius. I'm looking here against DC. So we're looking at Taylor here. DC, though, they're the number 1 ranked defense against QB. So that's a little bit scary. But that would make a terrific GPP play as he comes in at 7,000 there. Number 7 is Brandon Silvers. Going up against St. Louis. I love St. Louis as a defense here. Honestly, all of these right here from 7 below, I'm not really focusing much. We don't know the whole QB situation for New York. That's why we have 3 QBs listed for New York right now. It could be anyone. So I'm looking at that. Let's see. Matt McGloin had a rib problem, but he has been practicing a little bit this week. I mean, last week he went 8 for 11 before getting hurt. He had 2 fantasy points. Week before that he had 0. Week in 1 he had 17. He's not very good. So then they did have Marquise Williams come in. Let's see. Williams last week. I mean, 7 for 15, 94 yards, no touchdowns, 5 fantasy points. And then Luis Perez came in. Weird thing is, they were on, they do the sideline reporting. On the sidelines, apparently Luis Perez learned to play QB from watching YouTube videos, which is nuts. Perez only 4 for 5 with a touchdown, 6 fantasy points at 6,200. So I would just avoid New York's QBs regardless. I do the top 6 here, and then I probably wouldn't really focus on any other QBs. Now, obviously, you can. That is your prerogative. It's your money if you want to play GPP, but that's just something I don't know if I will be doing that. So there we go, guys. There are your QB rankings for Week 4. At the end of this video, you will see the running back, wide receiver, and defensive rankings as well. I do have a matchup tool. I'll be doing a video for that as well. So I'm getting all these videos and articles out here on Thursday. Once they have practice today, once they have practice on Friday, Saturday morning, if I have time, which I should. I don't think we'll be going to the hospital too early, but I will try to update these as much as I can. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to. But I will try my hardest to get you guys updated things. Hopefully you understand. There are some people on the internet that they won't understand the reasoning as to why going to the hospital is more important. And then there's the majority of you, yes, definitely. So if you guys are interested, you can get the XFL Year Pass. Normally $75, we're going to give it to you for $50. Use the Pass XFL Year. Any questions, use the Pass XFL Year. Get you the XFL Pass for 1 year for $25 off. There are only 19 coupon codes remaining. You can also see, if you want to check out a month, you get $10 off the month. XFL month, there are only 15 passes remaining. So if interested, go check that out. First come, first serve. I can't hold it for anyone. So if you are wanting the rest of the XFL Year for $25 off, use the code XFL Year. All capital letters, all one word. That includes articles, matchup tool, cheat sheet, and lineups. We do a Saturday-only lineup, we do a Saturday-Sunday lineup, and we do a Sunday-only lineup as well. Go check it out. Thanks for checking the video out. Make sure you check out all the other videos. Good luck today. Good luck this week. And as always, bring them that bacon, guys.